Among the most popular books in the Arab world in recent times, we find the book 40 by the famous Saudi journalist Ahmed al-Shugairi, which he wrote after he went to a very remote island to be alone there for 40 days. The book contains 10 chapters that we will summarize in the following lines. 40 Days with My Life. Ahmed al-Shugairi mentioned in this chapter the most important 40 situations that had a great impact on his life, including the beginning of his religion, his quitting smoking, situations he witnessed in his father, and often old situations that happened to him in childhood or adolescence or even in youth and left a deep impact in his life. Maybe we can also learn from these situations, since the author mentioned how he benefited from them and the lessons he drew from each situation. 40 Days with Quran. In this chapter, you will find 40 verses that affected the life of Ahmed al-Shugairi, so he wrote his thoughts about them, what he understood from them, and the rulings that he benefited from each verse. 40 Days with Myself. Al-Shugairi sends us here a message that we try to understand the mechanisms of the soul, such as the way of habit formation and how the mind works. As for the third section, it bears the name Aqlan because it is responsible for thinking and planning. A person's awareness of himself will help him to know how to deal with it easily and simply and be close to it. 40 Days with My Improvements. Al-Shugairi presented in this section 40 ideas that greatly affected his life, including ideas for websites or ideas for specific projects, or they could even be ideas that you can apply in your daily life to improve yourself and develop it for the better, such as choosing the 5 friends carefully with whom you spend most of your time, or an idea giving yourself only 5 minutes a day for a specific thing that you want to become a habit, such as reading, for example. 40 Days with My Stories. He gave us the most important stories that he quoted from various sources, which he benefited from in his life, as he took from them a judgment and lessons that he applied to himself. 40 Days with Eli. This chapter is enriched with a set of thoughts, quotes and poetic verses about divine love and its praise. 40 Days with My Books. We know that Ahmed al-Shugairi gives great importance to reading. For this reason a separate chapter is devoted to it in this book, in which he reviews 40 books, including self-development books, including religious and philosophical books, and considers them to have had a significant impact on changing his way of thinking. 40 Days with The Rule of the People. When we want to improve ourselves, we look for advice and opinions from people who have preceded us, as they carry many experiences in life to learn from. The people who preceded you with the direct advice only, but you can go back to the words they left, or you can recite poems in which you will find ideas that inspire you, or even aphorisms that carry words of gold with them. 40 Days with My Memories. Al-Shugairi shares in this chapter from the book 40 a group of his memories in the form of pictures and excerpts, mentioning some of the benefits that he benefited in his life within each memory, as he is considered a witness to the history of his stage, sharing useful tips from each experience. 40 Days with My Judgment. Ahmed concluded his book with a sentence and quotes from his creativity that summarize his understanding of life and the lessons he learned from it. This article was a brief summary of what was discussed in the book 40 by Ahmed al-Shugairi. We hope that you have taken a comprehensive idea about the topics he talked about.